Episode 16 of The Take comes your way next. Oles, he's back in town. He's back in the seat right next to me. Talking Padres, Snell, Darvish, week 17 of the NFL season. Crazy how fast it went by. To be quite honest, they got through with the whole COVID stuff with a few bumps in the road, but they made it to week 17. And the Knicks, 2-2, they could be back. Julius Randle's playing well, though. Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin are both hurt already on the show.
I already lost my reasons to watch them.
But that's next on The Take. Stay tuned. Before we get any further, please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, at The Take Sportscast and at The Take Sports Pod. San Diego.
Slam Diego.
Snell Diego.
All right. Making moves.
Back-to-back days.
Kind of on the same day, actually.
Right, it was kind of like a wrap around midnight, yeah. Padres get Blake Snell from Tampa Bay, and they acquire Darvish from
Victor Caratini
from the Cubs. You get a former Cy Young winner and
runner-up,
the runner-up in the NL last year in Darvish. Not only did you also talking about Snell with a Cy Young, but you get a pitcher who has playoff experience. Got pulled from the World Series Game 6.
People were shocked that he got traded, and I just want to know what those people think, because after that game, you should have known he was never throwing a pitch for the Rays again.
Oh, I totally... And as much as, we see him on, social, I've been on, Snell's things, it's all love, obviously he's still rooting for his team, his former teammates, and he wants the organization to succeed, but at some point he was like... Why am I here then? At what point, I'm here to pitch these innings, I'm here to pitch in these games, and you're letting me go 5+ after I'm dealing through the order.
It's like D Ford. The Chiefs probably didn't want to get rid of D Ford because he's a very good player, but guess what? He made a mistake that, and
that was the jumped off sides, right? Against the Patriots, right? In overtime, yeah. Or no,
yeah. Those kind of situations after those plays happen, you just you have to move on. It's just the way sports work.
Was that also was it Richard Rodgers? Was that the screwed up muffed onside?
The onside kick. I don't know if he got cut after that. He might.
Maybe it wasn't Rodgers. I think it was someone else. It was another tight end.
No, it was Rodgers.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it was Rodgers.
Okay.
Chris Vitale, you can let me know. That's true. We're not friends this week, but it's okay.
Where do you think they stand now? San Diego.
Still behind the Dodgers.
Of course. Well, yes. I think so too, and I think that obviously this was their way of closing on the gap, allowing themselves to still compete highly this year when they knew that Clevenger was not pitching this year, although they gave him that deal, so he'll be with the team next year. You have a rotation in 2022 that is going to consist of Snell, Clevenger, Lamet, Darvish, and as much as we give him shit and we don't like him, if Chris Paddock's your fifth starter, that's pretty good.
And guess what? They also have the top pitching prospect in baseball.
And Mackenzie Gore, right? Yeah.
He has no defined spot on this team
exactly.
now. I don't know what they're going to do with him. They could trade him.
I feel like he would come up as a long reliever out of the pen to start maybe.
I don't know if you do that with a guy like that though. You could, but if he's going to be, and he has been in the minors, if he comes up and he is what he's supposed to be, you can't keep him as a long reliever.
Right.
He is most likely going to be one of the top 5 pitchers in baseball for the entirety of his career.
And, it's funny. The biggest reason that they were able to do this, their farm system was, stacked in a sense. They parted with Luis Patino. That was in the Snell deal. I think he's going to be a good pitcher.
Yeah, he pitched really well this year. He had, some hiccups, but that happens. Man.
So with the way the Rays do it, it's rinse and it's rinse, recycle, and do it and repeat. Yeah. You have a stud. Talent. You have your stud ace arm or even player. It happened with Guys like Carl Crawford couldn't sign him. Boston gave him the big deal.
Price.
Yeah, David Price couldn't give him the money. You had to trade him away, and you trade a guy like Snell, and you get a pretty
They
good
traded Archer for that reason too.
and that was literally the luckiest trade in Major League Baseball history.
They have ever made.
Being able to get Glasnow and Meadows out of that. It's just, it kind of sucks that that at some point you can't pay a guy like Snell $10 million a year.
See, they can.
Right, and they're
Can.
just gonna choose not to.
Every professional sports team and every owner can afford to pay these guys market value. They just don't want to because then it minimizes their profits. Look, if you are owning a professional sports team in America in the big four leagues, you have more than enough money to pay big time players.
Correct.
You smaller markets in baseball may not be able to pay as many guys as bigger markets, but they can pay someone. They can pay a few. Like the Orioles could have kept Machado even with Chris Davis's contract. They could.
You think so? Even with Davis's? Okay. That's the thing, and with some of these teams, like you choose the wrong guy, and you get fucked over for the next 5 to 7 years.
The Orioles
and that's
really
what happened with Baltimore.
did themselves in, but I don't think Machado would have stayed regardless. Anyways, going back to your original question, the Padres are still behind the Dodgers, and I think it'll stay that way. But it'll be competitive. It's what team gets hot once they hit the playoffs if they end up playing each other in the playoffs, because those two teams will be taking obviously the division and one wild card for the next. Well, the Dodgers will be taking one of those spots for the next 50 years, the way they operate. But the Padres will be taking one of them for the next 10 probably. As long as they lock everyone up, and I mean they already have good guys through 2023, team controlled. They're big guys.
Right, and I think we kind of knew that the Padres weren't going to be in on a lot of names via free agency. Their it's Preller, right?
Yeah.
Right, like he's known to just see a deal he likes and pull the trigger.
Hey, that's when you build a farm system like that. They didn't even give up. They didn't
give
up
a lot for
Darvish and
right. I'm saying Darvish wasn't. They were able to.
The Cubs wanted to get rid of that contract because who knows what the hell is going on with the Cubs. Just shedding salary like nobody's business. But the Padres took advantage of it, and
I'm also wondering too, like both the Rays and the Cubs are they made these moves, and the Cubs were not very good last year, and I don't think they're going to be good. I think they missed their win. Like if they didn't win in 2016,
Bryant's body breaking down on him, I think, is the biggest reason for all of that happening.
Okay,
he just hasn't been healthy.
No,
and Schwarber ended up not being what.
And he got non-tender. He's not even going to be on the Cubs anymore.
Addison Russell with his issues.
You know what happened there.
Jason Hayward giving a big contract to. I mean, he's good player. He had a good year.
I'm saying he finally had a really good year this year.
Not
offensively. Well, yeah. I mean, we kind of knew that.
Yeah.
Whatever money he was going to get, it was going to be based off of his Gold Glove.
Yeah.
Right field. In the outfield. But I'm wondering if the Cubs didn't win in 2016, there'd be so much crap being talked about this organization, about this team, and even after they won, I feel like you kind of thought that the next 3 or 4, they had a chance to build and go back with a core in Rizzo, Bryant, Baez, and even you had Hayward. You brought him in.
I think so, but you kind of knew they threw everything they had at that year.
Well, yeah, I mean they traded Gleyber Torres for Chapman. For
literally 2 months of Aroldis Chapman.
But it's worth it for the ring.
It's worth it because they won.
Right.
If they didn't win, it would have looked really bad. But obviously, that's all hypotheticals. But they were starting to rise, and that's when they got swept by the Mets in 2015.
Right.
And they took their chance, and they got their guys to put them over the top, and they ended up getting through. I would say a pretty weak NL in 2016. You had the Dodgers, and that was really it. And ended up winning the World Series, coming back miraculously. I mean, everything went right. Everything went right for them in that World Series after going down 3-1.
And after Rajay Davis hit the game-tying home run,
it was one of the best World Series of our lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Padres rotation. Is it number 1 now?
Maybe when they're all healthy.
Okay. With not even I guess going to this year, not including Clevenger, because they traded Davies
Yep.
in that Darvish deal.
So they have Snell,
Snell,
Darvish,
Paddock, and then
they'll probably have to fill
Joey Lucchesi, the lefty.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
I mean, I don't know if they'll feel comfortable with him as the 5. They can always they have enough guys.
Exactly.
It won't be Gore. I'm sure he'll.
I don't think he gets called up right away this year. I think he.
But they have more than enough pitching prospects to fill that 5 spot. But I mean, it's up there. It's definitely top 5. I mean, the Dodgers still have a really, really good pitching staff.
Yeah.
And that fact, David Price coming back.
I think there's a lot of speculation of what will Price be?
Good enough, because he's not going to have to be anything more than a 4 in that rotation.
Exactly.
If not the 5, depending on what they do with guys like Dustin May.
Right, and Gratterall. Right. Do you leave those guys in the bullpen? Are they going to move them into the rotation? I think May's a starter.
I think May's a starter.
And
I don't think Gratterall's
I think Gratterall is a perfect spot for that 7th or 8th inning. I think it's perfect for him.
I don't think he can throw like that for 100 pitches.
No, I don't think so either.
And he's effective where he is, so I wouldn't mess with it. Kind of like Chapman. Chapman came up a starter.
It's funny. It's a big reason why I thought that Syndergaard would have been good in the bullpen.
No, see, the thing is, Syndergaard can throw like that for 100 pitches, and the problem he runs into is he gets fastball happy. He just tries to blow guys, but he gets up 0-2 on everyone.
That's why I feel that in one inning you can get away with that sometimes,
But he is capable of being an ace on a team. He just needs to stop. When he gets 0-2, he's got to stop trying to throw the fastball by everyone. It's a straight fastball. I don't care if he throws 110 miles an hour. Guys are still going to be able to foul it back until they get one that they can put in play. It's the major leagues. It's not, it's not Little League. You can't just beat up on really bad players.
Right. I mean, when it comes to the rest of this winter, I have no idea who's going, in terms of predictions. I can't really
it's
predict.
Dead right now.
Grading both these trades.
I mean, I think it's the Rays trade is great for both teams. Snell was leaving. There was no chance they were keeping him. And obviously the Padres got a Cy Young Award winner who is just a really good pitcher. And then, I don't know, I would give the Cubs an F because they're just trying to shed salary. They didn't really get anything great. And if Darvish is going to pitch like that for the next few years,
he really had a resurgence, so
I think that World Series against the Astros kind of messed him up a little bit, but he figured it out. He's back on track, and the Padres won both of these, I would say.
All right. Padres, San Diego, Snell and Darvish. All right. What has it been? A week now since NBA started up?
Week and a day.
Week and a day.
Oops.
Oh, is that the...
Yep.
It's me fucking shaking
his leg.
Whoa. PG show, folks.
Knicks 2-2. Beat the 3-0 Cavs last night. Now 3-1.
Okay, the 3-0 Cavs.
I know. Hey, let me tell you, they still 3-0. And they beat the Bucks by 20, bro.
That
was their first win. Thibodeau's first win as the Knicks coach.
That's the impressive one.
Beat the Bucks by
the Cavs
20.
Is impressive. Beating the Cavs without Kevin Love and.
Aren't
they missing someone else too?
I don't know.
Yes, I think.
I'll just say you have two wins against 2 winning teams.
Yeah, but the Cavs.
You can still say.
The Cavs
You can still say. You can still say.
Don't be a dumb Knick fan on Twitter. That thinks they win a game and they're back.
2-2.
They're playing good basketball right now.
As they say, if the season ended today, they're in.
If the season ends a week in, the Knicks they're gonna win it all. The Magic would be the 1 seed. That's how you.
Have you watched them yet this season?
Yeah, I watched the first game and I turned it off after 3 quarters.
Well, but that's unfair now.
I don't really watch the NBA at this point. I watched the playoffs.
I
watched LeBron. That's literally the only reason.
It sucks, but it's Quickly's out. Obi Toppin's out. Julius Randle a triple-double last night, and he looked really really good. Reggie Bullock had a good game.
Did he have the right numbers on?
Yes, yeah, he was wearing the correct numbers. If anyone saw that debacle, first off,
Only
those
the
jerseys
Knicks.
are ugly as shit.
All of those
Oh
NBA
my
like
God.
city jerseys are ugly.
No, but that one is
It's the
bad.
worst.
That
Yeah.
one is bad, bad, bad. And the Knicks, and they're bad enough that they didn't play on Christmas Day.
Good. Don't ruin my Christmas.
Yeah, you know.
Not that I would let the Knicks at this point ruin my
But
Christmas.
that's it. Well, now you have two New York teams. Brooklyn looks very good. Durant's finally playing. Kyrie's playing. Dinwiddie ACL tear out for the year. That's the big loss for them. In terms of depth, I know he was starting, or he at least started the first game at the shooting guard. But dude, Dinwiddie was all-star caliber last season.
He very well was their best player last year.
Yeah,
all around.
Him and LeVert, but I think Dinwiddie overall though, I agree.
LeVert really is someone whose role has changed.
Well, especially with
Durant back, and the moves they made.
But and now with Dinwiddie out, I would say that LeVert's he's your third scorer now, behind Durant and Kyrie.
Yeah, I mean I would agree. I think he's a really good basketball player, and I mean this should even allow him the more shine that all the pressure is on him. I mean he won't get up as many shots as he was without Durant, and for good reason.
I had a strong feeling that he was going to get traded, and I'm happy that they kept on to him.
I kind of wish they did, because I really can't root for him being on the Nets, but I want to see him do well. Michigan guy.
He shines. He's a good player. He's the one Michigan guy I really do like. And Hardaway, I guess. Hardaway, big contracts, but...
Big contracts, inconsistent play.
Yeah. And the Mavs have been inconsistent as well over the course of the first 4 games.
Looked great.
No.
The Suns.
I would say Suns look good.
Really good.
I thought that the Chris Paul move was the perfect thing that they needed overall.
Jay Crowder.
Another one that they added. I remember, yeah.
DeAndre Ayton is a very good basketball player coming into his own.
And you got obviously you got Devin Book.
I mean, and that's their star. I mean, I guess Paul would say is probably their star now.
It's still their star, but no, I would say Booker's their guy.
They got a pretty deep team.
Yeah.
For
young,
what they were.
Right. Young, but they have the veteran presence that I really like. I don't know. It's kind of weird just how quick the turnaround was. Like I haven't found myself even feeling that the NBA season started.
Yeah.
It's
been on.
Right.
I turn on my TV and I'm like, oh, I have nothing to watch. And then I'm like, I'll flip the channel. I'm like, oh, there's NBA on.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Like we'll watch, but.
I watch it just so I can watch it inside the NBA. Really.
It's
the best comedy show on television. It's a comedy show. It's not. They talk about basketball for maybe 10% of the show, and
then they just make fun of Chuck.
The only one who even analyzes basketball is Kenny.
Yeah.
Shaq and Chuck argue the whole time. It's hilarious. You know,
Ernie's trying to facilitate the guys.
Is the most talented TV
host.
Oh,
dude, he's the best.
Love him, no matter what he does, whether he's calling games or hosting. You know,
there's a reason he's got Emmys under his belt.
Last night was a debacle. Hilarious.
What was So I saw the segment talking just because Chuck loves to talk about what he knows,
which is nothing,
which he doesn't know much.
He literally asked after they did who he play for, because Charles doesn't know who anyone besides the Stars play for. Got every single player wrong. And Shaq even kind of tricked him. He might have got one right. He was about to say the Timberwolves again. And Shaq just you could hear him softly in the mic go, Sacramento. And Chuck said it. Because he has no clue, absolutely no clue where any of these guys play for. And then Chuck had the balls to say, I can still beat the public. Yeah, Ernie's like, you got, the public, you guys can do it on Instagram, like under Bleacher Report or whatever. And Chuck goes, well, I could beat the public. And Kenny just goes, you just went 0 for 5. Like, you think you're going to beat the public? Like, you didn't get one right. And then he got the head coach for the Thunder wrong, and it's just a disaster. Like, Ernie said
it, and, like, Chuck's face was, he was like, didn't say it, his speech just couldn't say anything.
And then Chuck goes, well, why don't you ever ask me where any of the Stars play? He goes, why don't you ask me where Giannis plays, or where
everyone
Kyrie
knows
plays?
it,
it's like,
jackass.
If you don't know that, then you really
should not be on the show. Right, exactly. All right, well, speaking about NBA, like, getting the go on Christmas, what'd you get? What'd you get for Christmas? What did Santa leave you under the tree?
Santa left me a weighted blanket that my dad threw at me. Told me, "Oh, I'm not gonna wrap this." Just walks in the living room and threw it at me. Okay,
25 pounds. Very good.
Straight to the stomach. So that really made my Christmas. My grandparents got me a set of golf clubs, so I can
That was the big one.
Go golfing with my friends when the weather gets nice. I missed out on all that this semester.
Got this nice guy.
I got this little fleece half zip.
You're in the drip with the all blue right now.
Yeah.
Vin looks good in like that ocean blue. Let me tell you, that aqua blue. That's his color. That's Vin's color.
I don't like you. I got some cologne, a candle.
I got cologne too.
I got a jacket.
What cologne did you get?
Very Armani code.
That's your scent.
That's my scent.
I got Ralph Polo Red.
That's also my scent.
Yeah. So
Jimbo, shout out. That's where I first.
make sure we don't wear it on the same day, or else we're gonna go attract the same women. Let me tell you something.
Look at me, look at you. Probably not.
Don't play yourself like that.
Oh, I will play my. It's true.
Yo, you get the double team going on? Whoa.
I'm out. What'd you get for Christmas?
Liv got me this new beanie.
Yeah.
You're a big beanie guy.
Well, since I grew my hair out now, it's kind of like what I
I'm a big wear the same beanie guy. Connor Mendez, if you're listening, I still have to fight you.
Well, the big gift was that my parents bought me my new exhaust for my car. So that was the big gift,
clutch.
and I didn't. I got like some like little things here and there, some money. But when my dad he told me that he was covering that, I was like, dude, I don't gotta open anything under the tree now. Like I'm like, save me $2,500. Like that was the biggest blessing that they could have done. So they did that. Vinny got me some new graphic tees. He got me a Seinfeld shirt and a Karate Kid shirt.
That's
So that was solid.
Seinfeld, Elite. Second favorite show.
What else?
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I got a new pair of Vans too. I got a nice new pair of Vans.
Okay.
Christian, what'd you get?
I got that green shirt. I got.
Where? What green shirt? They can't
jacket
see
he's
it.
wearing.
Well, thanks. Well, I can see it.
Well, he's behind the camera.
Wait, come out. Show the drippage.
We'll do a quick little model.
Yo, the gold, the chains. Come on, get back here.
Quick little model.
Look at these chains. Look at these chains. Dude, the glass, dude, his frames, the chains, the green, the black. Let me tell you something.
All drip.
Let me tell you something.
Styling, baby. We stay
Styling and profiling.
Putting the two of us on camera to shame.
Yeah, no, dude. Why are you behind the camera?
We gotta get a camera for Christian.
Styling and
Gotta get him on
profiling.
the lob mic.
Dude, why do people keep? Oh my god.
That's too much editing for me.
Oh, what'd you get in your stocking? That's my favorite. Opening your stocking is like the best thing.
So I
You get the little knick-knack stuff
I was
that
told
you
by my
surprise.
mom that I didn't have anything in my stocking because I got more than my brother and sister, gifts wise.
You don't get as much, you
So-
lose.
So she tells me I have nothing in my stocking, so I didn't go over. And when we opened gifts on Christmas Eve, I didn't go over to it because she said I had nothing in there. Go to my grandma's Christmas
Still got to
Day.
check.
We got like.
No, she told me I didn't have anything, and knowing her, I probably didn't. So whatever, go. Dad's like, oh, what Nan give you? Like, did you have anything in your stocking besides golf clubs? I'm like, yeah, she gave me a Dunkin' gift card. He goes, oh, did you get yours? I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, it's in your stocking. I go, nope, Mom told me I had nothing in there. He goes, no. And he goes inside and he grabs it. He's like, yeah, it was in there. I'm like, okay then. So yeah, that was two things in
Surprise.
my stockings at my grandma's and my mom's both Dunkin' gift cards.
Perfect. Hey,
I got a
we had our coffees. We did our coffees today.
We need, there's a Popeyes opening up by BJ's in Yorktown.
What?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's dope.
elite.
Wait, you know what's actually the funny part is that
I can't eat shit. That's dope.
my mom forgot to fill our stockings. So Christmas Day, she like has the big bag of everything. We go up with our stockings to my mom like trick-or-treaters. She goes, "That's yours. That's yours." That's yours. Filled our stockings in front of us, and I just thought it was
what
so
my mom
funny.
does.
Go to the door.
She always
While we had no power.
Oh,
So,
I forgot about
like
that.
imagine if we were like in like elementary school or like middle school, stockings not filled. That probably just gets the blown. Like Santa's not real, and we have no power, and we're going.
Yeah, It's like my mom.
Good thing we're all in our 20s and, Vinny's 19, 18. So.
My mom steals candy from work. She just gets it, like, people bring it in. She brings it home. So she didn't put it in her stockings. There's just one. I was in my gifts, just a plastic bag full of candy. I'm like, and my mom goes, "Oh, there it is." I'm like,
Your stuff.
yeah. I'm like, okay, does anyone want this? I'm like, I don't really eat candy, so we just put it out for everyone. It was really
Happy New Year. Mom, I'm scared. Oh, what a tough week. Week 16. 5-10-1 against the spread. Easily the worst week I've had.
it's because I wasn't here.
Yeah, sure. All right, so my record goes to 59, 57-3. So we're still positive. That's good. Not even so much crazy upsets, just good teams playing down to competition, I feel like, on a handful of these picks. Jets win again, though.
Best team in football right now.
And, you get a win against the Rams, 9-win team. You get a win against the Browns, 10-win team.
Should have had a win against the Raiders. They're a scary team
You
right
know.
now. You don't want to face them.
And thank God it didn't cost them moving even further down on the draft order. Even with the win in Cleveland, it was it said
The Bengals saved them.
well beating
Oh, no, the Bengals
well,
couldn't have got it anyways once they beat Pittsburgh. Yes.
right. So because they were 3,
'Cause they had the
they were
tie.
3-10-1. Yeah.
the
So seeing the Jets beat up on a Browns team that didn't have one of their wide receivers because of
All of their wide
Right.
receivers.
because of the COVID, the intense contact tracing that went back. So they had no Landry, no Rashard Higgins, no Donovan Peoples-Jones, the Michigan man. Come on. You kind of saw Baker was very much out of sync.
I want to know.
Jets'
if the
run
game,
defense was very good too. Chubb didn't really do much. He had
They
a
only
1-yard
ran
touchdown.
the ball 18 times.
Yeah.
The lowest percentage of run plays they've run this year.
Hooper had a touchdown, so he was the
Hooper
only receiver that Baker had.
The one guy that played well, but I don't care how well the Jets' run defense was playing because they did play well. How do you have Baker throw the ball 53 times when he doesn't have all of his starting wide receivers? How do you do that? Just run the ball, control the clock, and play the field position game against a Jets team that isn't very good.
And we've seen based on numbers, just the amount of times that Baker's pressured or when he's using play action, that's when he's effective. He can't be dropping back in the pocket every time. He needs
he needs
the
to be
balanced
on the move.
attack. Yeah. So for that, I was just I was fine with the win because after last week when they were not getting the first.
Yeah, I mean Jacksonville would have made sure that they didn't mess that up.
Well, they started Glennon again. They haven't started Minshew for the past 3 weeks. They were all right, we'll go with Mike. Cool.
Minshew's ass too, so
it's true. I think Minshew gives you a better chance to win than Glennon, though.
maybe.
Okay,
we
can't
if
even
you
do
go
that.
if you go from 1% to 2%, is it really much of an upgrade?
Right. Okay. But I was fine with because I watched the first quarter and a half, then I had to go to work on Sunday, but I was I liked watching them play well. Now that the draft pick wasn't whatever the outcome, you were still number 2. I was you know what, fucking win.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Honestly, so much better than being 0-16 with not online now.
Yeah.
Obviously you already won, so you might as well win as many games as possible, knowing you're not gonna mess up now. There's nothing really to mess up.
And Sam looked good, and it's the more
I think he is a decent quarterback. I'd say above average. If
right.
he has the right situation around him. I mean, get Adam Gase out of
he's gonna be fine. He's gone.
Not even just out of New York. Get him out of football. Don't even how do you hire this guy after his last 3 stints as a coach?
Yeah.
At any position of coaching.
I'm just wondering what they do now with the second pick. Do they go with Fields?
Justin Fields is.
Personally, I mean,
I don't know why anyone likes Ohio State
you're going.
They're not good.
That's another thing I've been trying to say for the last 5 years.
Joey DeFalos, if you're listening, Sorry, but I don't like Justin Fields that much. I don't think he's very good.
Haskins, Barrett, Cardell Jones, like all these guys, like not, we're never gonna be NFL talent.
Slant Boy University.
And Haskins just got released. Ron Rivera, gave him the week. Like he was like, all right, Haskins knows the offense. I want to do right by everyone else who's busted their butt, and Haskins gives the best chance to win. And I mean, clearly was not, because he stunk it up again, and they finally released him. They're done with him.
That team didn't want him in the first place, and they shouldn't have drafted him in the first place. I think everyone knew that wasn't the right pick to make at that spot, but they did it anyways. I mean, it was always destined for failure when a team drafts a guy they don't want, and then the coaches don't want him, and he obviously didn't really want to be there or cared that he was there, because it showed, and he came to work every day, and he didn't get better.
No.
Yeah, I mean, they have enough weapons on that offense, especially now, where you can't be like, oh, well, he's had no one, or he has no protection. Like, that offense is pretty good.
They got
under
two,
Alex Smith. They're not great,
but they got two dual they got Gibson and McKissick. You have a clear number one receiver in Terry McLaurin now.
Yeah. A good tight end,
Logan Thomas. Yup, very good too. It's below average offense still.
Yeah,
the way the numbers show, but it's the whole thing is their defense is the biggest reason why they are where they are now, and then that's how certain teams are. One's more defense driven than
Hey, defense wins championships, right?
Hey, that's what the old saying is. So now I'm just like wondering, what do this is months later. Like, do the Jets trade it down, get more assets? Do they even use the second pick on?
I don't know. I think I would draft at that position, unless you really get a haul from someone where you're still where you're probably getting. I don't even know what teams have 2 first-round picks. The Dolphins do. They're not gonna trade up to number 2 because they're gonna get number 3.
I mean, the Jets do.
Well, the Jets aren't going to trade with themselves.
I know, but what I'm saying is that if they do trading down with someone, you can get kind of like maybe like a hot. Maybe you trade down to even like the 5th or the 6th. I mean,
maybe.
And then you probably get another one.
Second round.
Right.
Pick.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they should just draft Sewell. How do you say his name?
Yeah, the right guard.
I think he's a
right tackle. But him and Becton,
Oregon.
I think that it's what you.
Look,
it's what they did a few years ago.
Good, so.
It's what they did a few years ago. Years ago with DeBrickashaw and Mangold.
Yeah.
They didn't miss a snap with that team.
Draft the best player available. That's what you can do. That's what you should do. I mean, other times there are teams where you get later, but when you have top 10 picks, just draft the best player available. That's how it should work. Don't reach for a positional need.
And I'm saying, and at need in the sense of, if you get Fields and you got to build him up, how much of an upgrade at quarterback is that compared to Sam?
It's not.
When it's a big improvement at right tackle, that position's getting even more improved than, we're improving the quarterback if we get Fields, but it's by this much.
Yeah.
When it comes to the right tackle position, it's
and I'm not sure if it'll be an immediate improvement with Sewell.
Okay.
Because he hasn't played. It might take him a little while to get back into, especially adjusting to the pros after not playing for a year. But for long-term value, especially, which that's what this team needs, because they're not going to be good anytime soon. Even if they got Trevor Lawrence, they weren't going to be good right away.
I'm telling you, they bring in Allen Robinson.
Shut up. I will leave right now.
They'll be 7-win team next year, I'm telling you.
Maybe.
Sam Darnold
they were a 7-win team last year.
Sam Darnold also has to stay on the field.
Yeah,
biggest reason why they haven't been able to put a good product on the field for the last 2 years.
Kyler Murray is playing on Sunday, so the Bears are done. Anyways,
why wouldn't he? Was he hurt?
He's hurt. Yeah, he got hurt at the end of the game.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That was against the Niners.
That's why I'm telling you. That's why the Rams are only 1-point favorites or 1-point underdogs right now. I bet you that line.
That line's gonna change. Well, guess what? We got it. We got the line. Like, we saw it where we saw it, and we're gonna take it where we see it. I don't even know if that made any sense.
But you all, when you watch this, are not gonna be able to take it at that. So
we got it when we got it. We saw when we saw it. I'm gonna take it as we take it.
On the take.
On the take. What else from last week? I guess Steelers second half looked really good. Big Ben actually, they showed up.
Where was this for the last 4 weeks?
Chiefs did not look great.
No.
Beat a Falcons team by 3
great.
at home. Say Mahomes has
weeks.
not looked great in the last few weeks. Offense in general.
But I mean, I don't care how bad that offense looks. They're
still the best.
They're always going to
offense.
make the play when they need it. So, not really worried about it.
Bengals, another underdog outright winner. All of a sudden, out of the depths of hell, the Cowboys are a win away from winning the NFC East.
Look,
I thought they were long gone.
No one's
Dude,
ever long gone in that division.
They were sitting at like 3-8.
No one is ever long gone in that division.
All of a sudden,
That's
Andy
so
Dalton's
bad.
playing well. Cooper, CD.
Look, they were the best team in that division.
What's the best team in that division from the
from
start with
day
Dak?
one.
I mean, it didn't matter.
And then they still have the best quarterback in that division. With
Dalton,
Andy
yes, I agree.
Sorry, Daniel Jones, bum.
And that's
Alex Smith, good, but half a leg.
I mean, he's very serviceable.
Carson Wentz, bum.
Jalen Hurts, next big thing.
Not bum. But
Next big thing.
not there yet.
Before Dak gets hurt, they are the number one offense in football.
Yeah, with the number 32 defense.
Well, and so that's the whole thing, is that their offense is, without a doubt, top 5. Dak healthy.
Yeah.
Dude, they got the best, in my opinion, maybe that's, if you're talking tight ends as receivers, like with the Chiefs. Dude, their receiving core with Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup, I don't think there's a better receiving core. Athletic and good.
Yeah, probably not.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, Cowboys gotta draft all defensive players this upcoming season, and
Yeah,
I think
absolutely no question about it.
And
they need to sign Dak to a long term.
I guess if Dak doesn't get hurt, I think that they're easily a 10-win team.
Yeah,
because their offense has been even.
I mean, he was throwing for 500 yards a game
before he got hurt. Their offense was overcoming every defensive mishap that was happening,
or at least enough to keep
at least
close.
But the whole Falcons game that was a gift. That one
They out Falcons the Falcons.
But this division's been so crazy this year that I can't believe that Cowboys can win one more. And if they win Sunday, that's like what? That's 4 in a row.
What do they have? 5 wins right now? 6?
They're 6-9 right now.
Then yeah, I think it will be 4 in a row.
Yeah. Because dude, what game was it? It was
the Vikings.
No. The Thanksgiving game against Washington. They looked like an absolute mess, and I was like, and Mike McCarthy just out-coached his way to a loss.
I mean, they got to that's the first order of business is I don't care how good that offense is under him. Get rid of him. I don't understand.
Well,
the Cowboys
I think
just bring in
already
bad coach after bad coach. No, he's staying.
Oh, of course he is.
It's Jerry Jones already said that, but I don't understand. Has anyone watched? Has Jerry Jones watched Aaron Rodgers and the Packers since McCarthy left? They were an average team those last few. I mean, still very good, obviously, because you have Aaron Rodgers, but they were.
I like a
little bit above average team
Rodgers
in those last few
finally
years.
bought in to Matt LaFleur.
Yeah,
and I like that they their relationship is
all it takes
is
to
good.
get a great Packers quarterback motivated is draft a potential replacement.
Exactly.
And they will play the best football of their career.
I was like, so there's teams that I'm surprised
that
there's teams that I'm surprised that aren't even, Cowboys are a win away from making the playoffs. And then there's teams that are just choking it away. Teams like the Cardinals, teams like the Rams. 3 weeks ago, did you think the Bears had any shot to make the playoffs?
No. I was hoping they would lose out.
So, they're sitting at 8-7. They've had they've been really friggin' good.
Yeah.
Offense has been.
You know why, right?
Mitch. And it's Matt Nagy not calling the plays. It's
Matt
trusting
Nagy not getting in the way of this team.
What did he say? You see what happens when you trust yourself? Yeah, because you didn't allow him to do any of that.
You didn't fucking trust him for 3 years, and now Laser is letting him have input in the plays that are called.
I just
and
love
getting him on the move and running the ball well. Dave Montgomery, top 5 rusher in the league.
Dude.
Guess
Yes.
what? Don't want anyone to say that they like
What
David
did
Montgomery.
I texted you? Oh, I texted
didn't
you.
like him from the moment
I
he was
texted
drafted.
you. I go. I think David Montgomery is like my new favorite player outside of Kamara. I was like, he's turning into it. I might get a Bears jersey. I might get a
Please
Montgomery. He's number 32, right?
Yes.
All right. Week 17 against the spread. We'll do it. Dude, we could go like 1
Week 17 is the worst
like
week
we
to
could
bet.
we go 1-14. Like this is just everything's up in the air because at any point, especially with backdoor covers and things, if
as a
any team's
bettor-
up or down, you're taking your player out for teams with playoffs. You know,
As a better, this is the week to take off and get ready for the playoffs.
yeah, literally just wait till wild card weekend.
Just
'cause
like,
there's
just like they
really-
get ready for the playoffs, the teams that are gonna make it, you should also take the week off and get ready. And
or
get ready
just
to bet on
get
playoffs.
ready for
pick-
for the bowl games.
Pick the
Yeah, you know, just get ready for New Year's Eve,
I
New
mean,
Year's
those
Day.
are probably just as unpredictable as.
Just wait for. Well, here's the thing.
Exactly.
Just put your money on Alabama. Next.
Well, yeah. I mean,
all right.
bet your house, bet your mortgage.
And of course, like no. So
Bet
we've
your car.
no Thursday night, no tomorrow game. Everything's Sunday. No
Everything's
Monday
Sunday.
night. So full slates on Sunday.
Worst Sunday night game ever. So, NFC East.
Yeah, the Sunday night game
gotta
is
ruin Sunday Night
Washington
Football.
versus the. It's gonna be Hurts against
No, sorry, Smith.
if he
I
plays.
think he's playing.
If he plays.
He was close to playing this week. I think he plays.
All right, Jets Pats. Vinny and I are both on this side. Jets are playing really good football.
I wanted to take the Jets against the Rams that week, remember? And I talked myself out of it before.
Yeah, because it was 17. You're like, dude, that's big.
I'm
but,
like,
but
it's too much.
But we were like,
But
how
I
can
just
we
did it
after
with
the
the
Seahawks?
Seahawks,
Right,
and
exactly.
That's what happens.
Here's the thing. I like the Jets at +3, and I know you do too. That's what we're taking. I don't think Cam plays this week. I think it's Stidham's game just to see, hey, like, we got to see what we got
Doesn't
with
matter
him.
who plays,
Right.
they both suck.
Their receivers, and I've said it before, Cam Newton getting COVID and after like the first like 4 or 5 weeks, he has not been the same player. Their offense has been literally non-existent.
Yeah,
And I don't know what it is, but like, dude, like the steps backwards, like N'Keal Harry, Jacoby Myers, like these guys could be serviceable, like good receivers,
yeah,
and
I mean,
haven't seen anything.
There's a lot of high hope for Harry coming out of Arizona State,
Yeah.
and he just has shit the bed.
Yeah, has not been good. But dude, Jets 2 in a row. Can they close out the season?
Hey, they have nothing to lose.
0-13. You can go. Yeah, they got the number 2 pick locked up.
No reason to lose intentionally at this
Right.
point.
So hey, lose the first 13, win the last 3, go off on the high note.
Momentum.
Go off on a high note. Dolphins Bills. I don't know why this line is so small.
1 point.
Yeah, it's Bills -1, and that's what I'm taking. This dude, the Bills have been the best team in football over the last 2 months. They're 8-1 in their or 9-1 in the last 10, and the one loss was to Arizona on that Hail Mary that Hopkins caught. I mean, they're
Thanks,
playing-
Bills. You had 3 guys there. The Bears would be in
They're
the playoffs. The Bears would be
essentially-
in the playoffs if
they're
one of those guys gets
essentially-
his hand in there.
They're essentially playing perfect football right now, though. Josh Allen's playing perfect football.
Yeah, they finally
Stephon
have
Diggs,
built a
best receiver in the league right now.
best move made in the NFL
Oh,
in probably
absolutely.
the last 10 years.
Absolutely. So why is this line so small?
I think the Dolphins, I mean, they were really talking it up on NFL Network last week when they were playing the Raiders, but they're like, oh, they have the best defense, the number 1 defense in the league, and that's not true because like their passing and overall and rushing defenses are like middle of the pack, but they might have the lowest scoring defense
Okay, yeah.
against. They probably bend, don't break. I didn't actually look up the stats.
Right.
Just heard my dad yelling about it as we watched the game. No, this isn't the best defense. You know what my dad gets. But maybe that's why. Maybe they assume the Dolphins have everything to play for. When they played last, it was only a 3-point game for the Bills win. And maybe they assume with Pittsburgh going to rest, their best player, maybe they think the Bills might only play a half of football or something. Right. See how that game goes and then pull their starters if they know. Because the Bills have the tiebreaker. So if they say the Steelers getting killed...
Right,
they might just pull back and be like, we don't need to win, let's not get hurt.
Today's a day, just like it is in the last season in baseball. There's a lot of scoreboard watching. You're gonna be able to see what other teams are doing, so you can actually maybe at halftime Allen sits just because the Steelers are getting crushed or whatever it may be, and
And you know what I also see in this game? If I'm the Bills, I might want to let the Dolphins win. Because if the Dolphins win, if the Ravens win, which the Ravens should win, they're playing the Bengals, and if the Browns win, Steelers are resting, guess who the Bills get to play? The Dolphins.
Right.
Who are going to be by far the worst AFC team to get in. And, you never really want to play a division opponent 3 times.
Right.
And especially in back-to-back weeks. But who would you rather play? The Colts or the Dolphins?
You want the Dolphins.
I would take the Dolphins 101 times out of 100 because the Colts are a really good team who might get screwed out. I mean, who knows? The Colts might even win the division.
That's another thing is that even with this extra wild card, there might be an 11-5 team that does not make the playoffs.
Unreal year
That's
for the
fucked.
AFC.
That's screwed up. Just like it was, when the Jets went 10-6 under Fitzpatrick and they didn't make it. That was like a year that they were good and they just still got
Lovie
screwed.
Smith got fired after 10-6 and missing the playoffs in 2012.
Yep.
So.
And look what he fucking should never fired him.
No.
All right, Ravens minus 11.5 versus the Bengals. I took the Bengals the past 2 weeks at plus, and they won both games. So that was good. But Ravens are playing really. Or they're just playing too.
Everything to play for right now.
And Lamar is actually playing like out of his mind right now. Steelers, Browns, Big Ben not starting. That's Mason Rudolph. It's still 10 points. I like the Steelers plus 10. That's a lot of points.
I think so.
Division still.
Who knows how the Browns are going to respond
After losing to the Jets last week.
After losing, and having all these guys who probably can't come back to practice until at least Thursday. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Right.
With the contact tracing, so who knows how the short practice week and stuff.
I was just looking up. I like the Vikings minus 6.5 versus the Lions, and I think that line might
shrink.
Might shrink because Dalvin
Cook
Cook
is out.
He had a family emergency. I think his father might have passed
I saw it
away
was
or
a
something.
family
Yeah,
emergency,
so
he's out.
So again, not trying to, but that line might go down a little bit. But I like the Vikings either way. I like the Cowboys minus 3 versus the Giants. Cowboys are playing great. Giants stink. I mean, after 3 weeks of like, oh, Big Blue, we got the division. They're like 0-4.
Giants fans are like Nick fans.
God,
they just
waste.
Always, anytime there's a sliver of hope, they think that they're back. But the Cowboys are the best team. The Cowboys are probably
rolling.
in the playoffs.
They're rolling.
Obviously, they need help from the Eagles. But
Falcons, Bucks. Bucks absolutely murdered the Lions. Any life they had left last week, murdered them. I like them minus 6.5 at home. Vin, I know you like the Falcons plus 6.5. Falcons, and we always say this, they are always playing close games. They played the Chiefs close. And you very well might be on the right side of this one.
I mean, no need to toot my own horn, but I was 2 weeks ago when they played, and I'm pretty sure it was the same line actually.
Yeah.
The Falcons covered. The Falcons should have won that game.
Again,
outright.
division, right? It's still division game.
They play everyone close. The Falcons could be the best team in football if they
But
knew how to play in the fourth quarter.
Right.
But they don't, and they beat themselves, and it's really not other teams beating them, ever. It's just them beating themselves, and somebody needs to save Matt Ryan, and I actually heard that Julio Jones might be on the trade block.
Hey. Falcons stink.
So the Falcons still stink.
All right, so you like the Falcons. I'm taking the Bucks. You might be on the right side of this one because this might be a game of like a scoreboard watching, like Brady. Brady only played the first half last week.
Oh, I thought you were moving on to a different one.
Oh,
yeah.
But no, I mean
Brady only played the first half because they were up.
And then
48 to nothing.
Blaine Gabbert first throw, bomb skis, tutty. Dude, Lions, the
stink. Lions always stink. Always will stink. Alex, stop being a football fan.
All right,
they're never
Bears. Yes, I got another eBay sale. Yeah, yes. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I'll back. Bears pack. The Bears, your Bears.
Take
Packers minus 5.5. We're both. I mean, I'll take the Packers minus 5.5. I know logically your head says Packers minus 5.5. They want to lock up the number 1 seed. If they lose,
they could have the number. They could be undefeated. They could have 1 loss. They could have everything locked up that they need. They're not gonna let the Bears make the playoffs. They're not gonna be the team that lets the Bears make the playoffs. I still have scars from the Bears on 4th and 8 in 2013 trying to win the division at home. Randall Cobb did just let's go up to the line of scrimmage. Have fucking Chris Conti, that dumb motherfucker. I'm just gonna run up to the line of scrimmage and watch the wide receiver run right past me to the end zone. Oh, it's Aaron Rodgers. Gee, you're really gonna stop him from throwing the ball down the field. So I'm still scarred by that. I was at Gin's watching that. It broke my heart. What else is new?
Obviously, you want them. I want the Bears, though. I'd love to.
Of course, I want the Bears to win.
Of course, but
if you're a smart person, bet every dollar you have
on
the Packers spread, and you'll win.
I would really love, and obviously you being the fan, just me as an outside person, I would love to see Mitch make it. Like after he got benched this year, they were like Foles is the better, and he just went in and he shut everyone up. Did his things, succeeded, has had this offense playing the best football that the offense has played in the last 3-4 years.
If it wasn't for Nagy, they don't lose the wild card. They're not in the situation where Cody Parkey loses them the game in the wild card game because Nagy doesn't open up the playbook until the second half, and you saw what happened there. Mitch was able to throw the ball downfield. The Bears made a comeback. Cody Parkey sucks. Browns, learn something. Big Cat keeps trying to warn you. Learn something. Get rid of him before he screws everything up for you. He might have already at this point. But the Bears were 12-4, and they very well, some games go their way that year. They could have been a higher seed. They very well could have went to the Super Bowl. None of the teams were strong. They beat the Rams team that went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And last year he tears his labrum. And everyone's ready to it's because, Patrick Mahomes, I get it. Everyone fucking gets it. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. Guess what? Nobody had Patrick Mahomes ranked as the best quarterback in that draft class.
People had Deshaun Watson.
Yes, that's the one that hurts. That's the one that makes me angry.
But here's the thing. Mitch got more wins.
Guess what?
Mitch got more wins
than Watson, yes.
Yes.
Mahomes.
But I think that's the comparison though. And that's the unfair it's on Twitter,
I don't think Mitch is a better quarterback.
No. but at this all the shit that he gets. And this draft will be the joke of every Bears fan, we'd rather have Deshaun. Everything, yeah. But I think as a whole, though, it's like all right, he's still winning games. He's been a more winning quarterback than Deshaun Watson right now.
And they don't win games with whoever they replace him with.
Right.
Chase Daniel was 2-7, 2-5 in games that Mitch didn't start. We all
that was last year, right? When he got hurt, right?
Yeah, last year he got hurt. And he came back too early. He literally tore his labrum.
Yeah.
And he came back a week later. He had 1 week off and then came back. Like, the dude, I'm a big Pro Bowl means nothing guy, but he was chosen the Pro Bowl when they went 12-4. He threw for over 3,400 yards, I'm pretty sure, that year.
Yeah. And
he doesn't really turn the ball over. This year he actually has more, but probably because they're allowing him to take more deep shots. But, I don't understand. They move the ball well. This offensive line, they're playing much better, but not good where you could have a pocket passer only.
Right.
And, you get Mitch on the move. He likes to throw the ball on the move. He throws the ball well. He's very accurate when he throws on the move. It's really when he's in the pocket, which, sucks. You don't want to have a franchise quarterback who does that. But anyways, take the Packers. Packers aren't going to lose this game. Bears aren't going to make the playoffs unless the Rams win. I knew this was coming. I've been telling Nick for the last 3 weeks that I'm not going to let the Bears make me believe because I know how this ends.
I want to believe, though, for you.
It always ends the same way. Don't believe for me. You know how this ends for all my... It's not even just the Bears.
Isn't that the Polar Express?
It's every sports team.
Believe. Use the bell.
I don't know how I'm friends with you.
If you hear the bell... I'll get you your own bell, and if it rings, you'll believe.
You can get the bell. You can get the bell that Regs threw out in his house. For Le'Veon Bell, ring the bell. Never rang it once. Threw it out.
All right, we'll go down the line a little quick. All right, Raiders -2 versus the Broncos. Denver just not playing good football.
They stink. They need a quarterback.
Yeah,
it's been the case since
I don't
Manning.
think Drew Lock is the answer there. I like the Jags +14 versus the Colts. I don't think as much as the Colts have everything to play for, they got to win to even have a chance to get in. Just 2 tutties. That's a lot.
They're playing really good football right now. But Frank Reich does tend to get in his own way sometimes. Calling plays. Obviously that second half was brutal against the Steelers, and the Jags beat them. I understand it was week 1, which was 4 months ago.
Right. The one win that the Jags got this year was week 1. They were 1-0 at some point this season.
Very different times, and it was at home, but 2 touchdowns is a lot of points in professional football.
This is the interesting one. Chargers, Chiefs, and not that it's been official, but it's looking like Andy Reid's going to sit, like, I would think every starter close.
Yeah, I mean, it would be smart.
Chargers are favored 3.5 here, and I think we're going to both take the Chargers here. I think Anthony Lynn is still coaching for his job. I think if they win, if they beat the Chiefs, they go 7-9. I really think that they bring him back.
I don't know.
I really think so.
I can't imagine.
It's a possibility.
It's definitely a possibility, but I can't imagine they bring him back. Team hasn't improved under him, you know? I think it's been too much where, I mean, he's very, very well respected coach throughout the league. So
well, that's the thing. He's so well as a person too that
I don't think they can keep him on as head coach. I think he would do better in a different role on a different
team.
Yeah. You can't ever demote a head coach and hire someone else and keep him on your staff. So, but yeah, I do like the Chargers here. The Chiefs. I think the Chiefs should just rest everyone. The offense isn't playing well. There's no need to go out there and
you get
try to force
weeks.
things.
You get two full weeks.
Rest, heal up. Maybe Edwards-Helaire is back.
He probably. The plan is for him to return for the divisional round.
You can't. I don't like going in there with Le'Veon. I mean,
neither do I, dude. I don't think he's good.
Not very good.
I'm taking the Cardinals +1 versus the Rams. You're taking obviously the Rams -1 because it's what you need.
This is a hard thing.
This is because you need it.
The Cardinals are winning this game outright. No question.
Kyler is starting.
Kyler is starting, so this line's gonna change. So you most likely won't see it at this.
Also, though, the reason probably the reason why it's so close, this line at 1, is because I bet you they both thought that both teams had backup quarterback starting.
Yeah, it
was because right now Goff is out. Goff is out, and they're playing a kid who has not taken the NFL snap, and
Blake Bortles.
I'm saying they're trying to bring back Blake, but Henderson's out. Akers might be back. You need them to win.
Yes. Heart takes the Rams. Brain takes the Cardinals.
Yeah, and I just fuck Sean McVay now because I don't even feel sorry for him. Lost to the Jets in embarrassing fashion. If they beat the Jets like they should have, they're not in this position. And I blame him.
Yeah, they would have already clinched a spot.
Yep.
And could still be going for the division.
Also, Goff's out now, so I don't need a team with some no-name quarterback in the playoffs anyway. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good TV.
They're going to make the playoffs. The Bears are not winning. This game literally means nothing.
Dude,
the Bears are not going to beat the Packers.
Kyler Murray is going to run around.
Exactly. And the Rams are still going to make the playoffs because the Bears are going to lose.
No.
Yes.
Go. Fuck. All right, fine. Seahawks, Niners. Niners at home, I like them +5.5.
Me too.
You? Okay. Yes?
The Seahawks still have a lot to play for. They could potentially get the 1 seed if everything breaks right for them. But the Niners playing good football.
Dude, that defense played
The Niners are at home.
Arizona. Right. Duh, they're in Arizona. Right. Dude, their defense played stupid good.
Yeah.
Against the Cardinals.
They're playing good football, and, I assume Kittle's going to play again. I don't know why they would have brought him back last week if they didn't plan on letting him get some reps. And, probably up his snap count. I mean, he had a ridiculous game. He had 90 yards anyways in a limited snap count. So, I think they have a chance. They'll keep it close.
Yeah. Saints -6.5 at the Panthers.
No brainer. Saints here. Panthers stink.
Drew's back, but I think the biggest thing is that, and not just last week, with Kamara's tying a single game touchdown record of 6. That's what he did. 6. If he had 7, bro. 7.
You have
for all you friends fans out there, you know it. You know what it means. You know what it means.
Probably
sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone's
divided on the show. So.
But they actually have a running game again.
Yeah.
And there's not Kamara
actually does better when Breeze is under center.
Correct.
I don't really understand.
Well, you know,
how the
there's gonna
running
be
game
well, you know, there's
changes
gonna be
so
no
much.
there's gonna be no quarterback draws.
Yeah,
with
I mean,
Breeze
but
under
like,
center.
I just mean he runs the ball better, and they have the offensive line. Seems to play better, opens up better holes for him.
Teron Armstead up there.
Oh my! I mean, he was blocking guys out of the stadium.
Beast. Yeah, they.
The Panthers stink. It's just flat out.
Yeah, and
No,
they
it's a
won.
good
They
football
and they won last week. I mean, Titans Texans. Then move on. I mean, they got absolutely embarrassed at Green Bay last week, but I'll still take the -7.5.
They have to win.
Yeah, and
it was snowy at Lambeau. Like, it's just all perfect conditions for the Packers to be the Packers.
The only reason why I'm a little nervous taking this pick is I'm the firm believer of,
Divisional games and over a
but,
touchdown.
But also when events like J.J. Watt going off on his post-game presser has me feeling that like this team's going to come out with a fire, or at least he is. Because I don't know if this was directed at teammates.
Oh, definitely.
I was
definitely
saying people specific, just calling them out for not putting in the effort, for not coming to work ready. He's calling out people that they have something to prove. So,
I don't know.
But say the team's still bad though.
Even with effort, that team is not very good. Obviously they're still missing. No, Cooks is back. Cooks is back. They're just missing Fuller on that offense for obvious reasons.
Yep.
And they're still not very good. The Titans have to win this game because they want to be the 4 seed. They do not want to risk being the 6 or 7 if they lose and the Colts winning the division. So,
and then somehow this is the Sunday night game.
Yeah,
Washington,
because it's the one that has definite
Washington football team versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
The NFC East ruins everything.
I'm taking the Eagles +1.5.
Absolutely. I think the Eagles win this game outright.
Yeah.
If Alex Smith plays, Washington is a much better team than they are with anyone else. He's a great game manager, as they say, at this point in his career, and he could definitely get them a win over this team and get them into the playoffs. But I think the Cowboys get in. I think the Eagles help them out. Jalen Hurts is playing some pretty good football. Last week they weren't great, but
for what he's shown
at home,
Hurts is capable
against a team that's could have locked up the division each of the last 2 weeks.
They've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, and they just haven't. So I don't see it stopping. Obviously, who knows if they have locker room issues now with Haskins being cut? Who knows what the deal is there? So I think it's take the Eagles. Best bet.
Best bet.
No, I just mean it's the best bet in this game.
Oh, okay. Out of the two sides. Yeah. All right. Okay. I like that.
No, my best bet is Packers -5.5.
Okay. I gotcha. All right. Week 17. That's our preview. That's what we think is going to happen. Probably won't because, fuck us.
0-16.
But, hey.
Not possible because we have different choices, but 0-16 for both of us.
Yeah,
we'll find a way.
That's fine. No best bets for this week. Even props. It's week 17. I can't confidently give you 3 picks at all. So
Aaron Rodgers over whatever his touchdown total is going to be.
Would you give him the over 2.5?
Absolutely. I give him over 5.5.
That's your best bet. That's your best bet. Whatever the line is on Rodgers over touchdown
in his
passing
passing yards, over in Aaron Jones rushing yards, just over in Devontae Adams.
Devontae
Adams first touchdown scorer. Devontae Adams anytime. Devontae Adams 2+ touchdowns. Take it all. Take it all to the bank. Packers, make yourself a lot of money.
That was Vin's best bets. Well, that will do it.
Scratch that.
Episode 16 done. 2020 is done. The Cleveland, we'll see you next year. Yeah.
No, I'm done there.
No? Is that not good?
That is the worst.
Take us out.
Goodbye, everyone.